Welcome to the Summer Food Service Program AR CNP application training. We are excited to have you here today as we share bite-sized learning and give you snackable skills. Today, we will take you through everything you need to know to successfully submit your summer sponsor and site application. Our goal for today is simple. By the end of today's training, you'll feel confident navigating the ARCNP system, completing your summer application, and knowing the resources available to support you. Together, we will cover the essentials in a way that is easy to understand so you can walk away with the tools you need to succeed. Before we dive in, let's acknowledge while this training is important, it does not cover the entire scope of the program. It's crucial that you review all handbooks, manuals, alerts, and notices that provide further guidance on how to operate the Summer Food Service Program. You are responsible for knowing and understanding these resources as well. These resources include the Code of Federal Regulations 7 CFR Part 225, the Summer Instructions on Financial Management 796-4 Revision 4, and the Administration and Nutrition Guides for Summer Meals. Other resources like Teen Nutrition from USDA and Institute for Child Nutrition provides tools and research-based best practices. Let's get started with our training objectives. Today, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of how to complete a summer sponsor and site application, as well as claim reimbursements in AR CNP. You will learn how to navigate AR CNP and submit all required forms in your application accurately. You will feel confident in understanding sponsor and providers' performance standards, the VCA requirements to ensure that your program is financially viable, administratively capable, and program accountable. Today's agenda includes sharing how to log into AR CNP. We will review the sponsor provider's performance standards of VCA. We will then listen to our expert application coordinators explaining how to navigate and complete each section of the summer application. And we will conclude today's bite-sized learning with sharing steps on how to claim for reimbursements in AR CNP. Now let's get started to a successful summer application by logging into AR CNP. Access the system by typing the URL found on your screen into the address line of your web browser. Enter your user ID and password and then click Log On. The Arkansas Department of Education may only approve applications of sponsors that meet the 3 performance standards: financial viability, administrative capability, and program accountability. ADE must deny applications that do not meet all of these standards. For a complete understanding, let's review the sponsor provider's performance standards of VCA. First, a sponsor provider must show in their application and management plan that their program has financial viability. Your program must have the fiscal resources to establish and maintain program operations without federal CNP monies. Secondly, sponsors and providers must show in their application and management plan that their program has administrative capability. Your program must be able to provide program benefits to all participants in a non-discriminatory manner and have the people in place with the expertise to produce quality paperwork. Lastly, and more importantly, sponsors and providers must show in their application and management plan that they are accountable to their program by having effective internal controls in place. This includes adequate record-keeping policies and program operating procedures to ensure that all funds in the nonprofit food service account are spent on expenditures that are reasonable, allowable, appropriately documented, and necessary, and that all reports and claims are accurate. Please keep in mind that management plans must be comprehensive, accurate with regard to your summer operations, and up to date for the current federal fiscal year in order for ADE, Special Nutrition Unit, to approve the plan. Now let's listen to ADE Special Nutrition Unit's expert application coordinators as they help you navigate and complete your summer food service program application in AR CNP.
Once you have arrived to your application packet, you want to pay close attention to the center, making sure that it is the correct year. Now, once we look at the right side, you will see the SFSP details to your packet. The packet submitted date, the packet approved date, and also your packet status. Below, you will find who your packet is assigned to, which means your applications coordinator. Below, you will see each of the form documents in your application. As you complete each form, you should see a green check mark next to it. This means that the section is fully completed. If you see an arrow, that means the form is still incomplete and it needs attention. A couple of key things to remember. Clicking Modify allows you to edit the form. Clicking View lets you see the form without making changes. On the far right, you will see the status of each form. You won't be able to press the Submit for Approval button until the entire application is fully completed. If the button is grayed out, that means something is still missing. The goal is to have all green check marks beside every form before submitting your application. Now, let's go to your sponsor application and press Modify. Once you click on the sponsor application, you want to make sure that you put in your correct street address to the sponsor site and also the mailing address. Make sure all the information that you have is accurate and it is correct. Now you will list your sponsor administrator information, your program contact information, and your treasurer or business contact. Next, you will put in your board president or your SFSP committee chair contact information. Next, you will provide the ethnicity data. You will complete all of the racial data, ensuring all of the information that you are implying is correct and it is accurate. Then you will give us information about your record keeping, your program participation and outreach, emergency feeding, and your training sessions. Now you will answer your general questions and also your authorized signer and certificate of authority to the application. Once we get to the very end of this application, you want to ensure that you have read everything before you have placed a check mark, ensuring that everything is accurate and true in your application. Once you have pressed finish, it's time to click on the management plan. Once you get to your management plan, please remember that your management plan is the Compliance VCA Performance Standards. You are going to put in the information, which is your administrative capabilities, which is your board chair administrative staff information. Now you will be listing your administrative personnel information, the duties that will be performed, the number of personnel in this position, and please remember to not list the training that's provided by the state. Then below you will put in your operational personnel, which are the duties being performed, the number of personnel in this position, and also the training date. Next, you will give us the administrative capabilities, which is your board chairman and your administrative staff. Please remember to list their position title as well. Once you have completed and you press finish, let's move on to the food production facility list. Press details. Once you get to your food production facilities page, you will click the Add Facility to enter the information about your meals in preparation and production. In your food production facilities, you are going to list the facility's information, the facility's address, the facility's contact, and the vended facility information.
Now we will discuss the disclosure of lobbying activities. Please remember, check marks mean it's completed, red arrows mean it's incomplete, and you press modify to make changes. Disclosure of lobbying activities is a such certification is a prerequisite for entering into a federal transaction, applicable to grants, sub-grants, cooperative agreements, and contracts exceeding $100,000 in federal funds. Disclosure of lobbying activities, it certifies that no federal appropriated funds have been or will be used to influence government officials or members of Congress regarding federal contracts, grants, loans, or agreements. Failure to comply with these requirements may result in substantial civil penalties for each violation. After completing disclosure of lobbying activities information, certified based on Section 1352, Title 31 of the U.S. Code. Non-compliance may result in civil penalties ranging from $10,000 to $100,000 per violation. Now we will talk about how to enter funds received. Just a reminder, green check marks mean it's completed, red arrows mean it's complete, and you press modify to make changes. On this section, you will enter all funds received. Funds received is information based on last year reimbursement. The funds include National School Lunch, CSFP, summer, federal, state, local, and you will enter your audit costs.
This section is the checklist summary. You will click Details. On this screen, you will click your program's name under Sponsor. The checklist will generate your required documents. Please click the paper clip to attach your files. Click Choose File, select the file you want to attach, type the name of the file for clarity, click and save. Click the blue box to submit the document to ARD. Once attached, you can view or modify the files. Click Save. Now for the site application, click Summer Food Service Program. Click Add Site Application to enter your information for each of your sites. Click Modify to make site changes. Complete the street address and site contact information. For your general site information, enter your operation dates, meal types, geographic locations, and to enter your operation dates, click the calendar. On the calendar, enter your site operating dates, enter your start and end date, enter the days that will be included in your operating days, click Update Calendar, deselect Closure Days, Holidays, review the days you've selected per month, click Save and Close. Now let's click Refresh from Calendar, review monthly days of operation. Enter information about your site type, the eligibility, and operation. Next, enter your meal service information. Are your meal serving dates the same as your operating dates? 1. Select period of operation from your Copy from Meal drop-down. 2. Click Copy. 3. Click Refresh from Calendar. Are your meal serving dates different from your operating dates? If so, please complete steps 1 through 7. Do you want to serve non-congregate meals in rural areas? If so, select Yes, complete this section. Also go to Download Forms, fill out the non-congregate form, submit to the application coordinator. Complete this section that covers mealtime exception, special meal pattern and dietary needs, camp sessions if applicable, food production facility, food safety and sanitation. Please enter information concerning outreach, summer weekend meals and mobile farmers market, emergency feeding. You may add comments in the section that says comments from sponsors. Be sure to complete the certification and save. Congratulations, you have completed your site application. Please click Finish. Repeat previous steps for each site. Please upload any additional documents in your attachment list. Do you have any additional documents to add? Click Add Attachment. Click Choose File, select the file you want to attach, type the file name of the attachment for clarity, click Save.
Once the site application has been completed, we will now move into the budget section of the summer application. You will click on Modify to open the budget. The estimated reimbursement will be automatically calculated in the system based on the information entered in the site application. You will need to enter the entire estimated reimbursement allocated somewhere into the budget. Remember, the budget must be reasonable, allowable, necessary, and appropriately documented. For operational cost, a minimum of 50% must be allocated to food and milk. You can use up to 41% to be allocated to operational costs, such as labor for meal preparation and cleaning, supplies, such as plates, napkins, utensils, and food delivery expenses. When you open the budget, you will click on each line, such as food cost, and then it will drop down and open a box for you to enter each item line by line. You are able to add more rows in each section to cover all parts of the budget. Be sure that when you finish each section that you click Save so that all of the amounts can calculate into the main budget. Labor cost for operating and administrative will be entered exactly the same. You will enter the position title, the employee's name, and the duties for that job. And then you will enter the staff's base salary. You will click on the blue numbers under additional cost and benefits, and you will enter all of the cost and benefits for that employee. Be sure to click Save so that all information is added into the budget. Continuing with labor cost, you will enter the number of hours worked daily and the number of hours spent in food service duties. These numbers should match. You will need to enter the source of funding for these salary dollars, such as the USDA Summer Food Service. Enter the portion paid for the salary from summer food. Once all employees have been entered, be sure to click Save and Finish. The amounts will be calculated into the main budget. Up to 9% of the estimated reimbursement can be allocated to administrative costs. All costs will be entered the same way that were as an operational cost and labor cost. See previous slides for detailed instructions on how to perform those activities. Next, we'll cover the cost reimbursement summary. The summer food service cost and the summer food service reimbursement will add up automatically based on information previously entered in the budget. The next question, you will enter any amounts from previous summer food service participation years. The next two questions, you will enter any amounts from other funding sources, such as donations or grants. To add the information, click on the blue link, enter the source and the amount line by line. Be sure to click Save under each question. The balance at the bottom of the cost reimbursement summary should either be a positive or zero. The balance should not be in the negative. The adult meals section, you will answer how or describe you plan to serve adults. Adult meals can be served to program adults, but those meals are not reimbursable. These questions are referring to adults not volunteering or working with the program. They may bring participants to the program or may walk in off the street. You are welcome to charge those adults for the meals. You will list those prices in this section. The miscellaneous section, you will describe how excess funds from previous summer years have been used. Be sure to always click Save and Finish when you have entered any information. Next, we will discuss the site field trip list. If your site plans to take a field trip at any point in the summer, you will need to complete this section. You will click on Details to open up the site field trip list, and then select the site that will be completing the trip. Once you've selected the site for the field trip, the site field trip form will open. You will select all the information appropriate to the field trip. You will enter the date or date range, or days in a row if you happen to go on the same field trip certain days of the week. The status of the site, the affected meals, the number of children attending, and the destination of the field trip. Once all information is completed, be sure to click Save and Finish so that all field trip information is retained for the state agency.
Now let's discuss claiming meals for reimbursement. Step 1 for entering a claim. Log into the AR CNP system using your credentials. Please be reminded that a certificate of authority must be on file for each individual needing access to AR CNP. Step 2 for entering a claim. Click on the red Summer Food Service Program tile. Then select Claims from the top blue main menu bar. Step 3 for entering a claim. Select the year in which you want to claim. Click on Claim-SFSP. Then select the claim month in which you would like to claim. Step 4 on entering a claim. Select Add Original Claim box. If you've already started a claim, a Modify box will show. Step 5 for entering a claim. Enter your meal data under Site Claim Report. For multiple sites, click Add under Actions for each site requested. Step 6 for entering a claim. Your meal data includes entering the number of participating sites, enter the total number of days food was served, enter your first, second, and camp meals served to children, as well as your self-prep and or vended rural or vended urban meals, if applicable. Then enter your average daily participation. Once reviewed, select Save and Validate Claim. Step 7 on entering a claim. After entering, calculating, and saving all meal data for all your facilities, select Save and Continue. You want to ensure that you've completed claims for each site. On the claim summary page for all your sites, check the certification statement and select Submit for Payment. You will receive a confirmation code and email. There are some things that you should know before submitting your claim. Applications must be approved before you submit your claim. Claims are submitted monthly, and all claims are received each week or processed for payment. Your claim must be submitted by 12:59 p.m. on Thursday of the week you're submitting your claim. And claims can be entered daily, but can only be submitted once a month. Please complete a direct deposit form, attach a voided check, and a W-9 document for your claim to be directly deposited. And there is a deadline of 60 calendar days from the end of the month to submit claims. For your attention and participation today. You've taken an important step in ensuring that your program is set up for success, and we hope you now feel ready to tackle your summer sponsor insight application in AR CNP. As a reminder, this training does not cover everything, so make sure you reference key resources like 7 CFR Part 225, the Summer Financial Management Instructions, and the Administration and Nutrition Guides for Summer Meals. All of these will help you stay compliant and ensure that you're providing the best service possible to the children and family you serve. If you have any questions or need any further assistance, please don't hesitate to call us at 501-682-8869 and then press option 1. We are here to support and serve you every step of the way. Finally, I want to thank you again for your commitment to serving healthy meals to children during the summer. Your dedication truly makes a difference in reducing food insecurities. Now go out there and make this summer program your best yet. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you succeed.